So just why do people believe the narcissist's lies over the scapegoat's truths? Often getting the scapegoat themselves to question and doubt and blame and shame themselves due to the narcissist's very own gaslighting towards the scapegoat and towards those around the scapegoat. A narcissist gaslighting, a narcissist blame shifting, they do it in such a way that they will gain enablers and flying monkeys. They will gain an army of supporters to help create that self-doubt within the scapegoat. Because a narcissist doesn't want to take responsibility. They want to shift that over to somebody else, make it somebody else's problem, so the narcissist doesn't have to deal with it themselves. Which, when a narcissist is forever trying to escape reality, avoid reality, they never adjust to reality. They actually cause themselves more problems. They don't just cause other people problems, they cause themselves problems, but they don't recognize that they're the cause of these problems. So these problems never go away for the narcissist. The narcissist just believes it's other people causing their problems. The narcissist doesn't know who to trust. The narcissist is a very untrustworthy person within themselves. So the narcissist is, in one sense, forever living in pain, but instead of admitting that pain, they're going to pass the blame over to somebody else, and they're going to put on that persona that there's nothing wrong with them. It's always another person's fault. The scapegoat is somebody who the narcissist uses to take the fall for the narcissist behavior. The narcissist uses to take responsibility for the narcissist behavior, the narcissist actions, the narcissist thoughts, the narcissist feelings, the narcissist opinions. The scapegoat is somebody who is going to be blamed, shamed, humiliated, judged, criticised, mocked for the mistakes, the failings, the wrongdoings of the narcissistic person, because a narcissist doesn't want to take responsibility for their own behaviour. The narcissist doesn't want to take responsibility for their own inadequacies. They want to believe themselves as perfect, and anything that's going wrong within their lives is somebody else's fault. Anything they've done wrong is somebody else's fault. Now, the scapegoat is usually a truth seeker, a justice seeker, somebody who relies on honesty and loyalty and respect. Somebody who doesn't blindly follow the narcissist's lies, somebody who doesn't blindly conform. Now, for a period, a scapegoat can be drawn into the narcissist illusion. As narcissistic people are very manipulative and very deceptive, they can fool the scapegoat into believing the narcissist lies. A scapegoat can have at some point unwittingly been an enabler, but once they do recognise what's happening, once people do see through the narcissist lies, the narcissist will often then scapegoat that person so that the narcissist can avoid taking responsibility for their behaviour, and so that the narcissist can avoid being exposed, avoid facing consequences. Instead, they're going to make the scapegoat face the consequences of the narcissist's actions. And a narcissist does this by projecting their faults onto the scapegoat, by gaslighting the scapegoat and gaslighting those around the scapegoat into not seeing reality for what it is. Because narcissistic people do not do responsibility. Instead, they flex. They bend the truth to get people to believe the narcissist lies, to get the scapegoat to doubt and blame themselves, to get those around the scapegoat to doubt and blame the scapegoat, so that the narcissist doesn't have to take responsibility for their own behaviour. And as they don't take responsibility for their own behaviour, they do not change their behaviour. It's a pattern of repeat. They might have plenty of people around them. However, narcissistic people are more lonely than those who have been the victim of a narcissist, because narcissistic people do not know who to trust. They don't get away with it. They don't know who to trust. Yes, they create that sense within their victims. Their victims no longer know who to trust, but a narcissist does not know who to trust. And more often than not, through fear of what people have seen happen to scapegoat people, people do tend to then lie to a narcissist. Nobody tells the narcissist the truth, because people daren't stand up to the narcissist, because the narcissist scapegoats those people. So people find themselves acting out of character and lying to the narcissist out of fear of repercussions from the narcissist. So the narcissist then ends up in a world of paranoia also. Now, a narcissist lies to deceive people, to manipulate people, so that the narcissist can get their own way. People find themselves lying to a narcissist over simple, everyday things for fear of reactions from the narcissist. So a simple thing like going to meet up with friends, going to meet up with family. When you're doing these kinds of things, the people around you, you should be able to be honest with, because they would respect you and care about you. Narcissistic people care about control, so they're going to make it as difficult as possible for you, so you'll find it easier to tell lies to them to try and do everyday situations. So when you find yourself in this predicament, you need to find a way to move away from that person, because you're going to lose who you are as a person. You're not going to like who you are as a person. So when it comes to the narcissist flex, a narcissist will falsify information to mislead people, to deceive people. They're going to lie by claiming things that just simply are not true. Or they're going to find a truth and bend reality to suit the narcissist narrative, because the narcissist is trying to evade exposure. They're trying to avoid taking responsibility for their behaviour. And they do this by scapegoating somebody else, by passing responsibility over to another person. If a narcissist doesn't get a job, that's somebody else's fault. If a narcissist doesn't get a promotion, that's somebody else's fault. If a narcissist doesn't see their children, that's somebody else's fault. If a narcissist cheats on somebody, that's the other person's fault. If a narcissist lies to somebody, that's the other person's fault. If a narcissist fools somebody, that's the other person's fault. If a narcissist doesn't take financial responsibility, that's the other person's fault. In the narcissist mind, it's not the other person's fault, but because they do not take responsibility, they're going to pass that over to somebody else. If a narcissist messes up on the job, they're going to blame the apprentice. They're going to blame whoever they can, so they don't have to take responsibility for their behaviour. And those who do take responsibility often take responsibility for not only their own behaviour, but the behaviour of that of the narcissist, questioning and doubting themselves. Now, a narcissist will gaslight in such a way that they take a truth and then they flex it to work to the narcissist's advantage. So if a narcissist doesn't see their children, if a narcissist ignores their children because of the narcissist choosing, they're not going to take responsibility for this. And you have the truth that the narcissist doesn't see their children, yet they are going to lie about the reason behind why they don't see their own children. They're going to pass responsibility over to the other parent, over to the court system, so that the narcissist doesn't have to take responsibility. The narcissist is going to find a scapegoat so that the narcissist can gain sympathetic attention. And as people then fawn to the narcissist and give the narcissist sympathetic attention, that behaviour works for the narcissist. They don't take responsibility. They do not change their behaviour. A narcissistic person with their own children will accuse their children have needs, children have desires, children have wants, children need to be taken care of. But if it doesn't suit the narcissist narrative, if it doesn't suit the narcissist schedule, they're going to accuse their children of being overly demanding, of being awkward, of being too selfish, of being too needy, of being too demanding, so that the narcissist child questions themselves and not their parents. They believe their parents' word and they become a shell of who they should be. A narcissist who cheats on their partner, you have the evidence that the narcissist has cheated on their partner, yet they will find a way to blame the partner for cheating. They will tell their partner that their partner wasn't giving them enough attention. If you would have given me more attention, I wouldn't have had to go elsewhere, because they're not taking responsibility for their hurtful behaviour. They're passing that over to the other person. A narcissist who lies will, when they get caught out on that lie, will say, well, I didn't tell you the truth because I knew you'd act like this, which is what non-narcissistic people can find themselves doing, which is why many non-narcissistic people will end up questioning if they're the narcissist or not, while a narcissist will not question if they're a narcissist because they don't take responsibility. To the narcissist, it's not their fault. We all have the potential to act in narcissistic ways, especially around narcissistic people. However, there's those who will take responsibility, and there is narcissistic people who will pass responsibility over to somebody else. A narcissistic person will provoke another person into feelings of anger, and then they will accuse that person of being angry. They will stand back and say, what's wrong with you? What's your problem? Are you having a bad day? Gaslighting that person's reality, scapegoating that person to take the blame, to take responsibility for their own feelings because they are feeling angry. And the narcissist doesn't have to take responsibility for provoking that anger within the other person. A narcissistic person will provoke feelings of jealousy by flirting with somebody purposefully in front of you. And the truth is that you might be feeling a bit jealous, so you might go and approach the narcissist and discuss this with them. And the narcissist is going to scapegoat you and blame you for their flirtatious behaviour by accusing you of being the jealous one, of being the insecure one. A narcissistic person will tease, mock, humiliate. Narcissists don't joke. They claim to joke. So they take a partial truth by humiliating somebody, yet they mislead people by claiming it was a joke. So they can evade taking responsibility for hurting another person, for humiliating another person. They can avoid exposure for hurting another person, for misleading another person by claiming that they're joking, and then they turn around and tell the scapegoat and tell those around the scapegoat that, well, you're just too sensitive, you can't take a joke. So then the scapegoat is the one that's left again questioning and doubting themselves, questioning and doubting their perception, because they're forever having their reality rewritten on them. And when it comes from a partial truth that is then flexed, that is then twisted, bent to suit the narcissist narrative, so that the narcissist does not have to take responsibility for their behaviour because they've passed responsibility over to the scapegoat, who is taking responsibility, who is trying to seek justice, who has the potential to expose the narcissist's lies. Yet as a narcissist has scapegoated the scapegoat, gained enablers and flying monkeys, gained people to fear repercussions if they stand up to the narcissist because they've seen what the narcissist has done to a scapegoat, the narcissist continues to deceive more people while the scapegoat is often left confused and isolated from support. Now, when you've been scapegoated, in one sense, you've had a lucky escape. It's difficult to see, but you have to recognise that being scapegoated out of that environment is a relief. It's difficult to change direction. However, sometimes it is a must. We must change direction away from those who are willing to scapegoat us. They're not the kinds of people that you want in your life, because they're the kinds of people you cannot be yourself to. They're the kinds of people you might find yourself lying to. They're the kinds of people where you're walking on eggshells around them, you're pleasing them, that you are losing yourself so much that if you do try to do something for yourself, they accuse you of being selfish and you question whether you're the selfish one. So being scapegoated out of an environment is a very painful experience to go through. However, you're not being rejected by them. You're being redirected away from them to go and find people who have the loyalty and the morals that you have as a person, the respect that you have as a person. The most challenging thing is no longer talking to yourself as the narcissist spoke to you, because they train you to doubt yourself and blame yourself and question yourself and judge yourself through their many gaslighting phrases. And because there is that partial truth at the beginning that gets bent to the narcissist's reality, it's difficult to then separate from what the actual truth was and then how it got led all over, so that you end up blaming yourself. Recognise that these people aren't the kind of people you want to be around, because by being around them, you cannot be yourself. And it really doesn't matter what other people think of you, as difficult as it can be. Narcissistic people train you to think that it matters what other people think of you, so that you conform to the narcissist's demands. The right people will care about you for who you are as a person. The wrong people will care about what they can get from you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you and to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.